One of the most wonderful things about clay is you make a three-dimensional object. It's an actual, tangible thing. I like that solidity and the fact that you can form these things from your mind. Occasionally, your hands almost feel like they're singing. They'll work in tune with the clay, and it takes on a life of its own without thought. And when that happens, it's almost magical. I'm still playing. You're not supposed to really be playing and enjoying yourself so much when you're 47 years old, but I do. I just enjoy manipulating the clay and making these little people and worlds. This is going to be the eyelids. The first time I worked with clay was one year. It had rained a lot and a hillside had slipped away, and so we saw some clay. My father and I dug it out, and I brought a bucket of it home. And the first thing I made was a Buddha. And I'd make surrealistic houses, little fantasy places. My mother's friends would come over and buy my pottery. And so that is what got me started. I've always been drawn to Mexican pottery and Mexican culture. And when I started doing clay, I started doing trees of life. In Mexico, they were made for weddings especially. And it was mostly trees of life with Adam and Eve symbols. And so they would decorate the church with these. They have their roots in the earth and they're reaching up to heaven. So it also shows man's quest for spirituality in our lives. I feel like all of the nature that's left is like the remnants of the tree of life, and we have to appreciate all of it and be grateful for all of it. There's so many landscapes and so much variety just in 10 miles from here. I have almost an inexhaustible source of inspiration. The dunes here stretch for about 22 miles, all the way to the Grand Dune, which is the highest dune on the West Coast. What I especially like about the dunes is the solitude. I just feel free to wander without a direction. I'll find a nice hill and meditate there. This is the lupin bush that grows all over the sand dunes and has the flowers that are from purple to white. You can't compete with nature, you can just try to reflect it and be a part of it. I can't capture the bird songs in my pottery. And the sound of the wind, your feet on the sand. I personally don't think that any artwork is as beautiful as nature. I can't do that on a tile. It's just too infinite. I use underglazes, which are painted on the greenware. This is pieces that haven't been fired. It's just the dried clay. Then I fire those one time and then put a clear glaze over that. So it's fired twice. It comes out of the kiln looking like water on stone. I can remember as a child coming to Tijuana. You'd see color everywhere. Whereas the culture I came from, people were reticent. So I used hundreds of colors. The rabbit has gotten here ahead of me. It's starting to eat the carrots. I've been beaten to my crop. I can grow trees from seeds and cuttings in my yard, but with the trees of life, I can create my own tree. I've just sort of gone off from the Mexican version and added on my own images. This one's a California burning oak tree of life, because oak trees need fire. So there's flames, and this represents the water, and then the Chumash symbol for the sun. This is an Adam and Eve tree of life. And here's the serpent right here. And this is the forbidden fruit. It's broken open, so it's just waiting for you to take a taste. I think that if you follow your bliss, if you follow the things that truly inspire you, it will lead you to a good place.